Drifter in the Fort Willow Disturbance by Quentin Bennett. Chapter 1. The Man with No Name. March 15th, 1938, Idaho State Prison. As a snowstorm batters the prison, two prison guards can be seen walking down the cold, dank death row hallway, passing a prisoner doing push-ups in his cell, while the other prisoners taunt the two guards. "Come on, asshole. Get me the hell out of here. You can all go burn in hell," said the prisoners. Then the guards came to cell 13, a dark corner of the prison which was somehow colder. A tall man in his late 30s, with light skin tone, blue eyes, and long, dark blonde hair, stood up, wearing a black and white striped suit. Drifter sat there, looking at a rat on top of the dirty old toilet. Said Drifter. Drifter then jumped off the old-blooded, stained bed. The guards took the key and unlocked the door, making a crackling sound as it swung open. Drifter walked out of the dark jail cell and felt handcuffs locked around his wrists. The guard took Drifter down the hallway, passing the other prisoners in their cells. "Dead man walking," yelled one of the prisoners. Then the guards took Drifter down the cold, steel stairs, filthy brown rats passing under their feet as they walked. "So, Drifter, what's your real name?" asked the prison guard. Drifter remained silent. Then Drifter felt unforgiving wood hitting his back, and he fell down the steel stairs and hit the bottom. The guards were laughing as they got to the bottom, watching Drifter trying to get up. "I said, what's your name, ass-face?" asked the guard. "Drifter." The two guards laughed and picked up Drifter and walked him to the executioner room. As he approached the room, he could see them removing a smoking husk of what used to be a fellow prisoner, already cooked by the chair. The guards opened the door and set Drifter down, and out of nowhere, one of the guards dumped a bucket of water on him. What are you doing?" asked Drifter. "We don't want any chance of you surviving now, do we?" The guards took off the handcuffs and strapped Drifter to the electric chair as they were laughing. "Where's my priest?" asked Drifter. The guards laughed even harder. "Like God is going to forgive you." "Should have known," said Drifter. "Any last words?" asked one of the guards. Drifter remains silent. The guard put his hand on the switch, and Drifter closes his eyes. Then the phone rings. The guard let go of the switch. "Who's calling at a good time like this?" asked the guard. The guard walked up to the phone and picked it up. Drifter watched as the guard was talking on the phone. "Yes, sir. I'll bring him up," said the guard. Then the guard put the phone up and walked up to Drifter. "Good news, killer. The army is outside waiting for you," said the guard. The guard unstrapped Drifter and took him back up the steel stairs as one of the soldiers waited for him up top. "You're going with me, Drifter," said the soldier. Drifter just looked around. "Will I be going back here?" asked Drifter. The soldier shook his head no. Drifter then looked at the guard and smiled. "What are you looking at, you mother—" Bam! Drifter punched him in the eyes, knocking the guard out cold. "Good. Now we can go," said Drifter as he walked past the guard outside and came to the army truck. The soldier then asked him to get in. Drifter jumped and the soldier jumped in right after him. The truck started and took off, past the prison gates, and left the compound. 2 days later, at South Montana's Army Base, snow is starting to fall from the sky as the truck entered the base. The truck comes to a stop and the soldiers piled out, followed by Drifter. One soldier pointed his rifle at him. "I'd put that gun down before I lose a finger if I were you," said Drifter. The hairs standing up at the back of the soldier's neck told him it would be in his finger's best interest to obey, so he lowered his rifle. "Follow me," said one of the soldiers. Drifter then followed the soldier to a small, rocky building. The door opened, and they went inside. They walked down a small hallway and opened the door to the left side of this hallway. And Drifter come inside a small white room with one chair and a table. "Sit here," said the soldier. Drifter sat down, lightly parted his neck, and stared at the floor. Drifter heard the door open, but he did not look to see who it was. But when the person spoke, he recognized the voice all too well. "It's been a long time, Drifter," said the voice. Drifter looked up at him. Major Grace was a tall old man in his mid-50s, with dark brown hair, green eyes, dark skin tone, gray facial hair, and a small scar marring his left eyebrow. He wore a blue duster with a brown boots and belt that is out. "Major Grace," said Drifter. "I see you remember me," said Major Grace. Drifter smiled and slightly tilted to look up at him. "How can I forget you? You're the one that turned me in." Major Grace scoffed it off. "I'm sorry, Drifter. I didn't have any choice, but now I'm going to give you the help you need." Drifter looked up with a puzzled look. "How are you going to do that?" asked Drifter. "I'm going to give you a mission," said Major Grace, taking a puff of a cigar. Drifter looked with amazement. "What kind of mission?" said Drifter. Major Grace took out his other cigar and lit it with his match, then took a puff and blew out the match with his smoke. "It's a rescue and assassination mission. The mission will clear your name in a blink of an eye, and all of your war crimes will be forgotten," said Major Grace. Major Grace then threw a stack of papers on the table and took another drag of his cigar. "Well, Drifter, what do you say?" said Major Grace. Drifter looked at the ceiling and smiled. "All right, but under one condition," said Drifter. Major Grace eyed him suspiciously, wondering what it could be. "What is it?" asked Major Grace. "I want a cigar." Alright, this is the end of part 1 of chapter 1 of Drifter and the Fort Willow Disturbance. I really do hope you enjoy it, and please like and subscribe to me. And be sure you go to www.severecomics.com and read all my other web comics for $6 a year. And I hope to see you there. Have a good day. Bye.